My fellow Nigerians, Gadao, something just happened right now. The Senate recently passed for second reading a bill seeking to compensate victims of the 2020 EndSARS protest. It shocked you? Because it shocked me. Now, the EndSARS movement started in October 2020 with thousands of youths taking to the street to protest against the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad Police Unit. Now, following a curfew declared by the Lagos State government, arms-bearing soldiers stormed the Lekki toll gate to disperse a large crowd of protesters congregated there on the 20th of October 2020. Now, while there were so many allegations of extrajudicial killings, shooting of protesters, the military blatantly denied that anything of such happened. I even remember how Lai Mohammed in 2021 described the report of killings at the Lekki toll gate as fake news and unverified social media reports. In fact, he further described the incident at the toll gate as a phantom massacre, saying it is the first massacre in the world without blood or bodies. Now, in this bill titled A Bill for an Act to Amend the National Emergency Management Agency Act, sponsored by Senator Gershom Bassi, PDP, Cross River State, Bassi says that the bill seeks to provide for the establishment of EndSARS Victims Compensation Fund. According to Bassi, the findings of the judicial panels of inquiry and the Senate Joint Committee of the EndSARS revealed the killing of protesters, destruction of private and public properties by rampaging hoodlums who seized and took over the protests, vandalizing and looting valuable assets. However, the implementation of the recommendations of all the panels and communities regarding compensation has been very discouraging. In other words, the bill is slated to bring hope to the victims of the 2020 EndSARS protest. Hey, this country called Nigeria. Tell me something. How did the people find out that people died? When did the light shine? I know this bill seems like a good thing, but I can't help but wonder what people are planning underneath. Like, what's your aim? What is your plan? I want to know. Ha! Gambling exists in one form or the other. In fact, the competitive nature is part of what makes it so entertaining. But you see, as addicting as it is, some of these betting platforms have also been found to have profound and long-lasting consequences. A student, Samuel Adegoke of the Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro, Ogun State, has reportedly killed himself by drinking some chemical substance after losing his fees and that of his friend to an online betting. Adegoke, who was a National Diploma II student of Electrical Electronic Engineering, reportedly committed suicide when his colleagues were preparing for their first semester exam. According to reports, he swindled his friend who shared a room with him by getting his password and used his fee to play, and then he also lost. Meanwhile, the school had warned that no students will be allowed to take an exam without completing their registration. Now, upon realizing there was no way out of this mess he single-handedly created for himself, he decided to take his life by swallowing a chemical substance. This is very sad, but you see, gambling ruins one's life. Taking your life is even worse because I don't know the level of exhaustion that will make one make such a decision, but that doesn't even make it the right way. I believe that awareness on the effects of gambling will help recondition the minds of those addicted, not to see gambling as a way out, but to see it as a way of getting hot. May your soul rest in peace, Adegoke. As May 29 draws closer, the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, has handed the transition documents to the President-elect, Alhaji Bola Tinubu. Buhari also handed the baton of service alongside the documents at the investiture of the National Honor of Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, Tinubu, and Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger on Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima at the State House Banquet Hall in Abuja. Now, this is in line with the Executive Order 14, which mandates that the Transition Council issues handover notes containing, amongst other things, proposed policy direction for the incoming administration. Meanwhile, Tinubu has also been announced as chairman for the official launch of a book that chronicles the achievements of the outgoing president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired. The book, titled A Promise Kept, Compendium of Significant Achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari Administration. Wow, just the name of the book is something else. I'm very sure it will be inspiring. That being said, I just hope that this Tinubu's administration turns Nigeria around for good.